New York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.
What's going on? This is Jay Ellis from the Nick of Time show, here giving you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And I have some news about Julius Randle's injury to the shoulder. According to Adrian Wojnarowski, as testing continues on Knicks all-star forward Julius Randle's right shoulder, indications are optimistic that his absence will be measured in weeks and not months, sources tell ESPN, which is good news. Definitely good news for Knicks fans and Julius Randle. But we also caution that good news, as Ian Begley kind of said, he kind of added on to that reporting, that there is still tests to be had. Yes, because the Knicks are optimistic does that mean that they won't find anything later. But as of now, of what they've seen, they're optimistic that he will be gone for weeks and not months. So thank you, Ian Begley, for clearing that up for Knicks fans. But I also want to talk about something else. Ian Begley mentioned something last night, and two things he mentioned that was extremely important. One, he talked about the injury and how that might motivate the Knicks to go after somebody else like Bruce Brown, who they were definitely interested in the summer. So we have to keep an eye out for the Knicks going after Bruce Brown. But also, there was another name that was mentioned that was not mentioned before. And I was trying to actually figure out the context of which Ian was mentioned. But Ian mentioned Harrison Barnes. That he just mentioned the Knicks could go after Harrison Barnes. I'm not sure if he was saying the Knicks had interest or if he knows that Harrison Barnes might be on the move. But the Knicks could go after Harrison Barnes. And the interesting thing about Harrison Barnes and the Sacramento Kings are, first of all, the Sacramento Kings are $11 million over the cap. And if they move Harrison Barnes, let's see, we have Harrison. Let me get to these stats real quick. Contract. All right. So if you're looking at Harrison Barnes' contract, he cost 17 million this season. Next season is 18 million. The following season is 19 million. You already know the Knicks have been looking to move Evan Fournier. His contract is $18.5 million with a team option in the summer. So knowing the Sacramento Kings are over the cap, they might be interested in moving Harrison Barnes for Evan Fournier so they can be under the cap by the summer, because they have a team option. They can just deny the team option, or they can just straight up cut him if they feel like they want to cut him. But they have that option. So you could look out for a deal like that. But you also know that the Sacramento Kings are looking to upgrade their own situation. So who knows? Who knows? They might try to use Harrison Barnes to get a player there. But for the Knicks, you already know the game plan for the Knicks has been, let's keep a contract around for trade filler. And moving Evan Fournier for Harrison Barnes could allow us to have some trade filler for the future if a star comes available. This is exactly the type of contract that Knicks want to flip. So I can see two reasons why the Knicks would actually be interested in Harrison Barnes. One, to flip a contract in the summer, guilt-free, because Evan Fournier hasn't played in a while, and Ian Begley wrote an interesting article talking about the business versus the personal. Yes, it makes business sense for the Knicks actually to keep pick up Evan's option just for salary filler and not plan to play him. But also, if they do that, we can look bad amongst the league and amongst the players. And we don't want to look bad amongst the league and amongst the player, because we want people to do business with us. If we end up flipping Evan Fournier for Harrison Barnes, we can keep him here kind of guilt-free, you know what I mean? Because he can actually be a backup for Julius Randle when he returns for 10, 15 minutes a game if we so please. And we can still trade him later. But also, hypothetically speaking, if Julius Randle is out, he can give you 11 points per game, right? And he shoots a decent amount of threes, 4.6 3-point attempts a game, and shoots a 41% clip from three. Um, and he's a defensive guy. So he's essentially a 3 and D wing / power forward. And if you're looking for something on the cheap, that's not going to cost us much, I can see why the Knicks would be interested in something like Harrison Barnes, just as like a stopgap. And if Randall is gone for a long time, so I mean, to me, that makes sense, especially considering Ian Begley said something else. He said that the Knicks before this were really considering not doing anything at all. They feel like the Knicks were on a roll, everything was working, and they didn't want to disrupt the chemistry. So they were just thinking, you know what? It may not even be worth moving anybody. So if that's the case, if they feel like, you know what, it might not be worth moving anybody, they still might be. I mean, if Randall is out for like a month or two longer or 2 months or so, they might just still feel that way. I don't know. They wouldn't feel as bad moving moving an asset like they want to move already in Evan Fournier. If to bring a guy like Harrison Barnes in because they didn't feel like maybe they need a backup point guard like we thought before. So I mean, this could work out. This could work out in our favor either way. We still do need a backup power forward, really, really. I mean, so it might still help us. But at the end of the day, we were just being hopeful that Julius Randle only has to spend 2 or 3 weeks injured, and it leads right into the All-Star break. Willie has even an extra week to heal, and then he'll be back healthy without needing surgery. But also, all this gives OG Anunoby some time to play and show us what he really has, because he was flashing a little bit. He was flashing a little bit of Kawhi Leonard. He was giving us some 3-level scoring, taking it to the rim, bumping people with a shoulder with a fadeaway mid-range game, and even doing some step back threes off the dribble. We saw a little bit from OG Anunoby, and he said he wanted the ball more. He said he wanted more opportunity. This is his opportunity to shine and have other players step up in Julius Randle's absence after this hot start. So hopefully it all works out for Knicks fans and us. Hopefully we don't even have to make this trade. Hopefully it's a thing where OG steps up, he blossoms, Randle comes back into a better situation where he feels like he can take even more of a backseat if he needs to, or Brunson feels like he can take even more of a backseat if he needs to. And we're all better for it, because sometimes the curse is the gift. Sometimes the curse is the injury, but the gift is other people step up and they find out that they have more abilities than they didn't know they had. So we'll see what happens. And hopefully this all turns out great for Knicks fans. Julius Randle, come back to your team soon. You're doing a great job this year, and we hope to see you back healthy and better than them. All right. That is the show. Thank you guys for watching. And we'll be back. We'll be talking that KOT post games live after every game. So you guys tune in for that. All right. That's the show. I'm out of here. Peace.